Welcome to a deep dive that's really going to make you think. Think about relationships, responsibilities, maybe even what romance and security actually mean to you. We're going to unpack a truly iconic song today, one that just, well, cut straight to the chase, left no room for doubt.
That's right. Today, we're diving into the legendary track Ain't Nothing Goin' On But the Rent by the one and only Gwen Guthrie. And for this deep dive, our source is really the song itself, the lyrics, the vibe, plus some background from Genius Lyrics to give us context.
Yeah, and our mission here is to get under the skin of this raw, unapologetic message from what, 1986? Explore why it hit so hard then, why it still hits hard now, and, how that blunt perspective on love and money has kind of echoed through music history. So get ready, it's going to be direct talk, maybe a little debate too. Okay, so let's start at the beginning. Where did this track come from? Ain't Nothing Goin' On But the Rent. It dropped January 1st, 1986. Track 5 on Gwen Guthrie's album Good to Go Lover, right at the start of the year.
And that timing is, well, it's really interesting, isn't it? You've got the mid-'80s, things are changing socially, economically, the R&B and pop scene is really vibrant. But this song lands with such a clear, almost confrontational message. It really stood out from, the typical love songs of the era.
Confrontational is definitely the word. Because from the absolute get-go, Gwen Guthrie just lays it all out. You hear that pressure immediately, right? Bill collector's at my door. And then bang, that instantly memorable line, no romance without finance. That's the core idea, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. That phrase, it's not just catchy. It's the whole argument right there. It sets the stage immediately, no messing around. It's a statement of, pragmatic reality. This isn't some fantasy. It's a direct reaction to those real pressures, like the bill collector she mentions. It highlights that for her, life isn't just about feelings. It's about concrete responsibilities. Money matters.
And she doubles down in that first verse. She says, boy, nothing in life is free. That's why I'm asking you, what can you do for me? And then I've got responsibilities, so I'm looking for a man who's got money in his hands. Wow. She's not shy about stating her needs.
Not even a little bit. Which, brings up that big question, doesn't it? Both then and now.
Yeah.
Is this song just materialistic? Is it purely about finding someone with cash? Or is there something deeper, like self-preservation, a demand for a real partnership?
That's the debate, right? Because the pre-chorus definitely leans into the practical side. Hard. Because nothing from nothing leaves nothing. You gotta have something if you want to be with me. It sounds like straight-up economics. Almost transactional.
Yeah, that's often the first take. Purely transactional. But then, look at what she says right after that. She connects it to the bigger picture. She says, oh, life is too serious. Love's too mysterious. A fly girl like me needs security. See? Security. Maybe it's not just about wanting fancy things. Maybe it's about stability, just meeting basic needs. It feels like a pushback against those overly romanticized ideas of love conquering all, suggesting something more grounded, a realistic take on what a partner needs to bring.
Okay, so you're thinking it's less, I want a rich guy for the lifestyle, and more fundamental. Like,
Yeah.
can you actually cover the rent, both literally and maybe figuratively? It's about finding someone who can handle the practical stuff of life.
Precisely.
Yeah.
I think that's a key layer. It's about being able to, stand on your own feet, but also expecting your partner to do the same, to pull their weight. It challenges that whole idea that, oh, love is enough. Well, is it? Not when the bills are piling up, she seems to say. It's a demand for shared responsibility, a stable foundation.
And then comes that chorus, the ultimate earworm, the ultimate ultimatum, really. Ain't nothing going on but the rent. You gotta have a job if you want to be with me. Could not be clearer.
Right. And spelling out J-O-B, it just hammers that message home. It's so simple, so direct. It's not specifying what kind of job or even how much money necessarily. It's the fundamental thing. Are you employed? Are you contributing? It's not a hint. It's a baseline requirement, period.
And she really drives it home again in the second verse, doesn't she? Boy, your silky ways are sweet, but you're only wasting time if your pockets are empty. Ouch. And then, I've got lots of love to give, but I will have to avoid you if you're unemployed. She's saying charm is nice, but it doesn't pay the bills.
Exactly. She acknowledges the appeal, the silky ways, but then immediately dismisses it if the practical side isn't there. Personality connection, great, but they're just not enough if the basic needs aren't met. It's a very clear prioritization.
So, this song, obviously its message, that groove, it stuck around, it resonated way beyond in 1986. What really stands out to you about its lasting impact? It feels like it became a kind of cultural shorthand.
Oh, totally. What's fascinating is how it's been used in other music.
Yeah.
Sampled and interpolated everywhere. You hear bits of it or references to it in artists like Mary J. Blige, Only Love. Utah Saints, remember what can you do for me?
Oh, yeah.
Foxy Brown did Joe B. Even Lunea's on Broco's. It cuts across genres. And interestingly, the track itself borrowed a little, interpolating bits from James Brown and Billy Preston. So it's part of this ongoing musical conversation. The fact that so many artists revisited it speaks volumes about how powerful and maybe universal that theme is.
It's like the song just became the go-to reference for that specific no-nonsense viewpoint on money and relationships, right? Just keeps popping up decade after decade. The message clearly endures. Wow. Okay, so this deep dive into Ain't Nothing Going On But the Rent, it really shows how one song can just nail a societal truth, right? Deliver it so clearly, so undeniably, and then just echo through generations of music. It's a pretty powerful reminder that sometimes the most direct messages are the ones that stick the hardest.
Absolutely. And I think what it really underscores is that, yeah, the lyrics are blunt, maybe even harsh to some ears, but they tap into a very real, very human need for, well, stability, security. It pushes us, even now, to think critically about what we actually value in relationships
Yeah.
and how those values crash into the practical realities of life.
So as you go about your day, maybe mull this over. In our world today, cost of living always seems to be climbing. How do you define security in a relationship now? And is Gwen Guthrie's core message that no romance without finance idea actually more relevant or maybe just more complicated than ever before? Something to think about?